Ah, the peace and quiet of a Nottinghamshire woodland. You'd think that this beautiful beech tree, fabulous mature beech tree, would be tucked somewhere nice and peaceful. It sounds like it's at the side of the M1, but it isn't the M1. This is the A60 over to my left, and this is Thieves Wood. Somewhere in here, I think it's on the other side of the A60, there is a grave of a long dead murder victim called Bessie Shepherd, who was murdered around here in the early 1800s. But we're not looking for that. We are heading up that way. It does look lovely, doesn't it? Hopefully the traffic noise might lessen a little bit, but you wouldn't think it was a Sunday, would you? It's just like standing next to the M1. Unbelievable. But we're going up there and we're going looking for some bilberry. I know, it is still noisy. As I keep saying, everywhere is in Nottinghamshire. But Thieves Wood, it's never been a site ever really visited a great deal. I did come here in the spring and collected some what I thought were tortrix caterpillars off Bilberry, because this is Nottinghamshire's best site for bilberry. Bilberry being a plant you more typically associate with moorlands. And yet here it is now. Well, what remains of it, no doubt, in a Nottinghamshire woodland. Areas of pines and deciduous mixed, and it has a decent range of species. But when I did come here, and if I did find some caterpillars off bilberry in the spring, might have been June, something like that, and I took them home to rear, thinking that there was some kind of tortrix moth, but it turns out that they were bilberry pug, and it was the first record for Nottinghamshire. Now the ideal thing today would be another macro moth caterpillar, if it turned up, and that's Beautiful Snout. Hopefully I'm not too late, and hopefully we can find one and rear it through for next spring, and that's the way we're heading. And here is the first patch of bilberry to check on this raised bit there. Not very sparkling. You've not missed a deal by not seeing bilberry. At least when you see it in moorland, it does have berries on, which are edible by all accounts. This one has harvestman on it. There's a couple of male larvae and black walleye in there. But what we're looking for is any outward signs of caterpillar feeding. The likes of there, look, leaf there. But as the caterpillar we're looking for is green, there's only one way to find it. it's time for the beating tray. No sign on a couple of bits of bilberry that I've sampled, so not an extensive search, but here is another patch. Getting close to where I found the larva of what turned out to be bilberry pug. So, and a bit of heather here as well. So it's time for a little bit of a search in this lot. Oh, down a little side path, and this is the clump of bilberry. Not to the bilberry here, I think it's this. If it's not this clump, I shouldn't say clump really, it doesn't sound very good, does it? It's like some down there. Bilberry continues just on the left of this sort of well trodden path, only about 100 yards from the A60. And I'm going to try a bit of hand searching. It's worth a go, looking for the feeding signs first. But the caterpillar is green, and it would save a lot of time just beating this. But beating's brought up very little so far. A couple of nice spiders. One red one called Hellophora insignis, which is, it's not bright red, but on the side of the abdomen, near the base of the abdomen, there are some black markings, and I'm presuming that's where it gets the name insignis, as in insignia. I don't know, I could be wrong, you know. But anyway, hand searching time down here. Well, I've no joy at all from up there. So what I'm going to do is head this way towards the A60 and just have a casual hand search on any bilberry that I've come across. But I'm basically going to walk up the pavement at the side of the A60 and get back to the car, and I'm thinking I'm too late this year for Beautiful Snout, presuming it is still here. It's a year or two since it has been recorded, and so we shall move on down there. Here's an interesting fungi, just appropriately called dead man's fingers, if I remember right. And this is growing right at the side of the A60, as you may well gather. An unusual fungus, very distinctive, and appropriately named. Just like the dead man's fingers reaching out of the ground. Perhaps it's thumb in a lift.